What's up, Josh here. So in here are two iPhones that I am very excited about, one of which I haven't even touched, I haven't even looked at in person, and that is of course the iPhone Air. And over the next few weeks, I'm going to test out these two phones and see which one is right for me. Also, I have a bunch of cases that I'm gonna try on. And I also picked up some accessories. We've got the iPhone Air battery, and we've got the 40-watt dynamic power adapter. This is gonna be very exciting. I appreciate you guys clicking on this video out of the hundreds of iPhone videos. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. It's actually hilarious that the picture on the front of the box is a life-size representation of the iPhone. The attention to detail is pretty cool from Apple. Yeah, let's crack into the box. So here it is. This is the iPhone 17 Pro. Damn, that looks good. So I don't think a lot of people did this year. I think a lot of people went with the orange. I chose to go with the silver, the more sensible decision. Cold to the touch. Okay, so right off the bat, I think the feeling of the phones is actually quite different this year. As you can see, the edges here are, yeah, it's a unibody design. So basically the same piece of aluminum going around the entire phone, whereas on the 16 Pro, it was titanium on the sides and then glass on the back. Even though Apple did a really good job on the 16 Pro, sort of rounding out the edges so you don't even feel the material differences, you can still kind of feel it. I mean, there's a difference in texture, right? Whereas on the 17 Pro, immediately the first thing that I notice is that it's a smooth transition all the way around the phone. Wow, this is a beautiful phone. Now, interestingly, on the top of the phone, we have what is, I believe, an antenna cutout. If I'm gonna be honest, this looks really odd to me. It almost looks like another camera control thing. Yeah, that to me looks super odd. It looks like a prototype unit. Now, I will say, just holding the phone right now, it is slightly heavier than I think my 16 Pro, but not by much. But the main thing I'm noticing is that it's slightly thicker, and that is noticeable. iPhone 17 Pro on top, and you can definitely see, right here, slightly thicker on the 17 Pro versus the 16 Pro. All right, let's talk about this camera plateau. So I think it's nicely executed, looks very clean. I definitely prefer this over this because I don't know if you can see, but the amount of dust that gets in between these camera lenses, and it just shows up like really, really well because of the glass, I think. Hopefully on these new phones, the dust, even though it's still gonna be there, won't show as prominently. I actually think this is one of the cleanest designs Apple has put out. The buttons feel exactly the same. I don't know what I was expecting. I'm also noticing now that this glass portion in the back can sort of take on different shades. And what I mean is, depending on the lighting, right? Like right there, it almost looks like it is the same color as the aluminum. But from my perspective, it almost looks like white, whereas the rest of the phone looks silver. But from this camera's perspective, everything looks silver. Yeah, that's interesting. Now, while the phone is updating, let's try on one of these cases. Just one. Make sure to get subscribed for my full accessories video where I'm gonna be talking about my favorite cases, chargers, battery banks. So yeah, definitely make sure to subscribe. So this is Nomad's modern case. It's definitely a crowd favorite every single year. Here is the new look for the iPhone, a huge rectangle up top. I am not used to seeing that. Beats also sent over some cases. So here are their offerings. So hey, if you don't get the orange iPhone this year, you can get an orange case, and that actually looks very, very good, and it feels great in the hand. This is the Beats rugged case. Now let's talk about price real quick. So 17 Pro now starts at $1099, which is $100 more than every other year with their flagship iPhones. And I feel like going from $999 to now $1099, that is a little bit of a shift, right? We're now going into 4 digits. Personally, as a pro user, like somebody who depends on their phone for work, the price increase isn't a huge deal, like $100, it's not that bad. I hope Apple isn't watching this because then they'll hike up the price even more. But I think to a lot of people who are just tech enthusiasts who don't necessarily really need the pro features, but really like the look and the status that comes with the Pro phones. I think for those people, now it becomes, well, do I wanna save $300 and just get the regular 17? Because before it was just a $200 difference. But now the regular 17 has ProMotion, the exact same display as the 17 Pro. Some of them might see that price increase and decide, hey, maybe the 17 is enough for me this year. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on the pricing increase. Take my money, Apple, just take it. Now, camera control, I haven't used this feature since it launched on, I think, the 15 Pro. I think the thing that it's missing is tactility. I just don't think that swiping on this thing is any faster than just tapping on the phone. And then last but not least, this is the new selfie camera. You can go super wide and switch to horizontal. Now, is it wider than the ultra wide on the back? I'm gonna keep the camera in the exact same spot and rotate it. As you can see, the ultra wide on the back is significantly wider. So if you are gonna take a selfie like this, it's still gonna be wider and you can fit more of your friends in there. So yeah, but that is the 17 Pro. Now let's move on to the Air. I'm very, very excited about this one. Now, interestingly, the box does not show the front of the phone, but it shows the side of the phone. This should be the actual thinness of the phone. I can barely like keep my fingers here without them touching. Now in the Apple Store, I didn't even look at the iPhone Air. I tried not to look at it or even like obviously didn't hold it. So this will be my first genuine reaction. Let's do this. Man, why do they, Apple, you guys are, when you open the phone, like, shouldn't you see the back of the phone? Like, why am I looking at this? Okay, I'm sorry. Wow. The iPhone Air coming in at 5.64 millimeters thin. Now, interesting enough, the iPad Pro is also just as thin. So here's my iPad Pro. Now I have the 11-inch iPad Pro, which isn't as thin as the 13-inch, which gets down to 5.1 millimeters compared to 5.6 on the iPhone Air. The 11-inch iPad Pro is 5.3 millimeters, so actually thinner than this, surprisingly, but it doesn't feel that way. Like this phone feels even thinner somehow than those iPads. So here's the back of the phone. It's got this frosted matte glass all on the back, and then the camera bar up top. It only has one camera, which is the main 1X camera, 48 megapixels. Your flash, no LiDAR, a microphone, and that's about it. Now, the big iPhone scandal this year is that the charge port is not centered vertically. You can pretty clearly see it right there. There's more space on this side of the phone versus this side. Now that I'm looking at it in person, that looks way worse. But yeah, this phone is very light, very thin. Okay, I've taken some time to set up my phone, but I also want to take a look at the iPhone Air battery. This is a $99 accessory, which is honestly very expensive for a very slim battery pack. Okay, and here it is, just like the original iPhone MagSafe battery pack. There is no power on button, and the capacity is 12.26 watt hours. Okay, now according to the internet, the iPhone Air has a capacity of 12.4 watt hours. Now the capacity of this is pretty much the exact same as your iPhone Air, so you might think that you would get double the battery life with this thing, but because of the efficiency losses in wireless charging, it is not going to be double. Apple claims it will take your video streaming from 22 hours to 35. So that's about 60–70%, which is about in line with my testing. And here is what it looks like on the phone. It has a nice animation. Here's about how slim the battery pack is compared to the phone. And yeah, it fits very nicely. Now, looking at the iPhone 17 Pro, it looks like it should just, oh wow, okay. This does not work on the 17 Pro because of the camera hump. Wow, I didn't expect this. I thought that the battery pack was just gonna be this size, but turns out because of the camera hump, it's not gonna work with the Pros. That's a bummer. Now, I am inclined to say that this sort of is like a must-have product if you're getting the Air. So here it is, here is the Air. And of course, Apple chose to include, would you call this bloatware? I think I would, because every time I just go in here and delete it, and it frees up like 5 gigabytes on my phone. Delete, 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 delete. Now in the theme of Air, let's go ahead and customize our phone with a new wallpaper. Actually, this is an old wallpaper. This is a wallpaper that I put out like a couple of years ago, but it is available, links in description. There we go, that is the new wallpaper, and we're also gonna make our icons big, and why not? Let's go with the clear aesthetic. So here is our brand new iPhone Air. Now, while I was setting this phone up, I was just playing with the iPhone Air, right? And then I went and reached for my 16 Pro, and then I was like, damn, this phone is heavy. And so already I'm noticing the effects of Air. I think the weight and comfortability, like the feel in hand, is honestly really nice compared to any of the Pro phones. Like, this is much lighter. Now, the final thing I want to compare between the Pro and the Air are the speakers. So the iPhone Air is the first iPhone in a while to get only one speaker, so mono sound. And from what I've seen online, it seems like the Air struggles with bass reproduction. So let's play some songs. I mean, it's definitely a noticeable difference. Is it a deal breaker? I don't think so, but maybe stacked on top of all of the other reasons and drawbacks of this phone, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. My first impressions of the Air and the Pro. Make sure you get subscribed if you aren't already. I've got a really exciting project with the iPhone Air that I think you're really gonna enjoy. So be on the lookout for that in the next week or so. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below, who do you think the iPhone Air is for? Are you picking up any of the new iPhones this year? If so, what model, what colors? All right, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.